Hello friends, I'm George, the nice smelling gentleman. Welcome back to my channel guys and Happy New Year. I want to wish all of you, my viewers, a happy and a great 2024 and may that new year be the best one in your lives yet. Today's video is going to be yet another episode of my fragrance challenge called 300 different scents in 300 days. And in this episode I'm going to cover days 85 to 91. For day 85 of the challenge, which was the start of last week, I went with a fragrance from the house of Issey Miyake called Nuit Parfum. This is a very interesting designer fragrance that's a little bit more on the unique side when it comes to the scent profile. The opening is very interesting, it's spicy, you got a pink pepper note, you got a nice sweet grapefruit note as well, but that freshness from the opening lasts for just a few minutes, and then when you go to the dry down, this thing is a nice mix between leather, vanilla and a sort of a sweet powdery tonka bean. Performance is very decent, projection is very decent, a little bit hard to find sometimes, but all in all, as I said, this is a designer scent that leans a little bit more to the unique side. You won't get that many fragrances that smell the same like Nuit Parfum. All in all, I've been really happy with this fragrance, and this was my scent of the day for day 85 of the challenge, Nuit Parfum from Issey Miyake. For day 86 of the challenge, I went with a fragrance from the house of Calvin Klein called the CK1 Shock for him. This is a nice designer take on the sort of the tobacco theme fragrance. You got fruits, you got spices, you got some oud, some musk, and of course you got tobacco. It's a sweet type of tobacco that's mixed with some sweet fruits. All in all, a very sort of a safe type of tobacco scent, designer level scent. Has pretty decent performance. It's more on the moderate side, in fact, about average, maybe slightly above average. The projection is more on the intimate side, but this is a nice cozy scent that's very cheap, and you can usually find a bottle of at least 100 or even 200 milliliters for very cheap. All in all, as I said, if you like tobacco scents, sweet tobacco scents that are on the safe side, that are not challenging, you can definitely check out CK1 Shock for Men from Calvin Klein. This was my scent of the day for day 86 of the challenge. For day 87 of the challenge, I went with a fragrance from the house of Ted Lapidus called Altamir. Now this is one of the lesser known Ted Lapidus fragrances. It's a very interesting sort of a sweet warm type of a cozy scent that's great for a cold weather usage. The opening is dominated by some freshness, you got some bergamot, you got some neroli note in the opening of this one. The middle is dominated by some florals, there's jasmine, you know, and things like that. And then the dry down is a nice sweet mix between vanilla, tonka bean and some musk as well. Performance is pretty decent, it stays on your skin on my skin for quite a while. The problem with this fragrance is the projection. You know, it's moderate when it comes to projection or even an intimate type of scent. And the other bad thing about this fragrance is the built-in atomizer, which is an absolute trash. But apart from that, Altamir from Ted Lapidus is actually quite a nice, sweet and cozy scent. And this was my scent of the day for day 87 of the challenge. For day 88 of the challenge, I went with something really challenging from the house of Nishane called Patchuli Kozha. Now this is, of course, Nishane is a niche fragrance house. They have a lot of very safe fragrances for blind buying, but the Patchuli Kozha is definitely not one of those fragrances. This is very dark, very smoky, very leathery, very earthy. All in all, this really is an interesting and challenging scent. To me also, especially in the opening, this thing kind of reminds me a little bit of the smell of pickles for some reason. The dry down is dominated by that mix of incense, you know, and leather with a touch of sort of earthy patchouli. There's a touch of sweetness from a honey note as well in here, but this thing is definitely not sweet. It's more on the challenging side, as I said. Performance is beast mode, projection is beast mode. All in all, it's a very interesting scent that's definitely not safe for blind buying. For day 89 of the challenge, I went with yet another member of the Armani code line, and this one was the Armani code Parfum. I really like this fragrance. It's pretty similar to the Armani code EDP Flanker. It's also vaguely similar to something like Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Mot Le Parfum. Has pretty decent performance, a pretty decent projection. You got a magnetic cap, which is always a nice thing. It's a great cold weather usage, a great date night scent in my opinion. You know, you got iris, you got bergamot, you got tonka bean, you got cedar. Very warm, sweet and cozy type of scent. The only problem with this fragrance is the price tag, and with all Armani fragrances, this is pretty pricey, but apart from that, this is a really lovely fragrance that I love a lot. For day 90 of the challenge, I went with a fragrance from the house of Bvlgari, and it's called Bvlgari Man in Black. I have this tiny 15 milliliter bottle here with me, and this scent is absolutely fantastic. I love it really a lot. Great fragrance for cold weather. Super classy, super warm, super nicely blended. You got tobacco, you got sweetness, you got some spices, you got some boozy note. There's a rum note in here. As I said, super classy, super gentleman-y and masculine type of scent that I absolutely love. Performance here is great, projection is great. Again, the only problem with this fragrance is the price tag. Bvlgari is yet another fragrance house that their fragrances are more on the costly side, but I think it's absolutely worth it, especially when we talk about Bvlgari Man in Black. So this was my scent of the day for day 90 of the challenge, Bvlgari's Man in Black. And for day 91 of the challenge, which was the 31st of December of what's now last year, my scent of the day was the Spicebomb Extreme from Viktor&Rolf. A really sort of a festive type of scent that's great for the you know, the Christmas holidays, for the end of the year, you know, for sort of a winter usage as a whole. Fantastic fragrance that's you know, the scent in here is centered around the spices, of course, like what the name would suggest, the tobacco note and the sweet vanilla note. Super classy, super likable scent, a compliment getter, fantastic performance and fantastic projection, and you also got that very recognizable you know, bottle design with all Spicebomb fragrances from Viktor&Rolf. All in all, a fantastic scent for the winter time. My scent of the day for day 91 of the challenge, which was the last day of 2023, was Viktor&Rolf's Spicebomb Extreme. So guys, in today's episode of my fragrance challenge called 300 different scents in 300 days, I covered days 85 to 91. I hope that you found this video interesting. If you did, give it a like, and I also hope that you're going to join me in my next video. And until then, stay safe and bye bye.